Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're stopping by my buddy Rick's house, and he's just finished up this little project. This is a cargo trailer conversion, and he's fixing to go on a cross-country road trip out to Colorado from Florida, and he's going to give us the grand tour.
So we're going to start with the rig. It's a Lexus GX470 in 06. It's basically a Land Cruiser. Unbelievably reliable. I put a 2.5-inch lift on it, put nice big tires on it. It'll go anywhere. So the idea is for it to be able to pull it to Colorado, and then when we park it, we can do some overlanding. You'll see on the inside how I've got it set up so that we can sleep in there along with drive comfortably with the dog. So here we got a full platform, all welded up out of aluminum. You'll see it from the back in a sec. This folds up so you can gain access to it. I took out all the seats except for the two fronts, created a nice little webbing system for safety to protect us and the dogs from flying and all that good stuff. It gives us great storage down below. So as you'll see, the mattress in the trailer is broken into 3 pieces, and 2 of those pieces fit perfectly in there to make that a sleeping area.
All right, cool. So let's go ahead and take a look on the inside, Rick, and see what you got going on inside here. Like I say, this is, what's the length of this trailer, Rick?
It's a 12 by 7.
12 by 7 trailer?
Yeah, it's all aluminum, so it was only 1,300 pounds gross weight when I first got it. Right now it's about $3,000 total. Mm-hmm. The axles are rated at 35, so I'm kind of close to the edge there. But the sleeping area is basically, that's a queen size bed, so it's going to sleep us perfectly. These are all cabinets basically from Lowe's that I fit in here. Well, prior to all this, I gutted the inside and insulated the whole thing and then put the paneling up. I put the windows in. So this shower pan I made out of plywood and fiberglass, gel coated, custom made to fit this perfect spot, with the intent of this being the composting toilet.
Right, you got your composting toilet underneath.
Yeah, so in here we got a bucket with a lid on it, with a garbage bag in it, with some sawdust in there. Do your business, put a little more sawdust on top of it, close the bag over top, and screw the lid on. That's a 5-gallon bucket that I cut down to only about, yay tall. And then I have these little jugs, and I got some fans in here to pull out some, if there is some odor, but the 1 or 2 times I tried it, no odor whatsoever. Yeah. It's all welded up out of aluminum. It fit, it's designed to fit in there perfectly.
And then you also have what do you call this, the hour shower?
Yeah, it's what it is it's a recirculating shower. You see I have 2 heads here. The first one is a nice hot shower, pulling off my 21 gallons of water that's heated. You flow it for like a minute or so until it gets about 1 gallon of water in there, and then it runs into you basically just screw this into the bottom of the shower. This then plumbs into another pump with a simple little quick connect hose. Yep. And it basically runs it up through here. And then in here,
pump there.
We have a separate pump that just recirculates with a filter. And you can see there's a filter in there that then filters the water. So myself and my wife can both shower with about 2 gallons of water and just recirculating it, filtering it, and then when we're done, we have to dump 2 gallons of water.
You got your TV, and then here's your solar charger monitor there.
Yep, we got 200 watts of solar up top, and everything runs off that. Everything runs off 12 volts. I have you'll see that part in the back. But here I got some switches. One switch is for the main water. This is for the recirculating. This is for the fans that flow the air. And then there's this crazy little invention of mine.
This is great. I love this. Yeah, you stitched this up, got some webbing, stitched it up, and these are just little 12 volt. What are they? Well, they're probably 3.5. Oh, they're 12 volt.
12 volt. Yep.
Yep. Little 12 volt motors. Perfect.
Yep.
Hanging on your
and it creates such the perfect little white noise. Yeah. It's just enough to flow a little air in here if we need to. Yeah. In here, so we got, in regards to our mattress, it's this, so it's in 3 segments.
Yep.
and then there's a topper to make it even better.
Yeah.
So now,
and that's 4-inch medium density foam.
yeah,
And that's what I use. And people always ask you know, how thick is the mattress you need, and is it comfortable? And I found that the 4-inch medium density foam it's perfect.
This thing is more comfortable than my bed.
I feel the same way.
In the house,
I feel exactly
so
the
well
same
in here,
way.
it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I can sleep so good on that 4-inch medium density. I sleep better in that than I do in the house. Same thing.
So in creating support for the bed, I didn't want to waste extra weight by putting extra plywood in here. So here we got another storage. And so we got underneath here is like winter stuff, blankets, jackets, stuff we're not going to have to get to too often. But this here is part of what supports the whole bed.
Right. You're just keeping it simple and
Yep.
but very utilitarian. And you got your air conditioner, and it looks like you got these other 2 little vents here. What are these 2 vents for here?
That is a Chinese diesel heater, which you'll see from the rear in a minute, and how that's all worked out.
Okay.
Another thing to point out here that's kind of interesting, I made it so that if I ever wanted to put a motorcycle in here or something large, you basically just take these segments, stack them over here, turn it into a couch. This thing flips up and over, and that's a door, and that opens up, and so there's a passage through here, so you can ride a motorcycle in here if you wanted to,
Right,
and that'll be more. You'll understand that in a sec when you see the back. This was a last minute thing, like instead of carrying a table, that's our table we eat at.
Yeah, and these little hinges, man, I love these hinges. And you told me about them. They were on Amazon. I went and checked them out, and what were they? They're like $12 a pair for these. They're stainless steel. They're pretty heavy duty. I really like those. I'm gonna go ahead and put a link down below where people can get these, because I think these things are really neat. Go ahead and show them how these things fold down.
Basically, you just push on that
and drop it. Listen to that thing snap shut.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
so
a solid.
So this is some really thin aluminum, and I just used a piece of 1-inch square to give it some strength.
Yeah, but you can put it, and all we're talking about here on Amazon is just the hinge mechanism, but you could put plywood on top of here. You could just make your shelf however you wanted with those hinges. Those are really nice. I like those.
This thing was, when I first bought it, it was a drop-down traditional drive your landscape stuff on there.
Okay.
I rehinged it, I moved the hinges up there, and I put the pistons in. So basically, you have...
Oh, that's nice. And you stripped all the, you pulled all the, wasn't that that was all plywood behind that, right? And you took all the...
There was plywood on here, so
Right.
you could drive your mower up on it.
But you don't need that
But
now.
for weight, right.
Yeah, you just take that plywood out. Now it's just the door,
Right.
right?
This is an example of where I used these hinges in another place. So here's another shelf, and the reason it's hinged there is because this is the door I showed you from the inside that
Yep.
opens up. So you take that stuff off, you open it up, and it's...
Right, and you can fold that shelf down. It's out of the way when you fold it back into the compartment.
Yep.
And then you just drive your motorcycle right through there if you want.
Yep.
And then you just got some storage space underneath here, right? And you got your Champion 2500 generator. It's the same generator I have, inverter generator. There'll be a link down below for one of those. These things work great.
So here we got my lithium-ion battery in there,
Yep.
which is in its own case, and it's wired up in a way that on the other side, you can't see it from here, but I've got 12-volt cigarette lighter and USBs on there, so I could pull this battery out and put it in my car and have 12 volts wherever I want. It pops out super easy,
Right.
and it will run like forever.
And that's 100 amp hour lithium-ion?
136.
136 amp, okay.
Yep. Here we got the propane-powered camp hot water.
You set your temperature, and then when water is flowing through it, it automatically turns on.
Yeah.
So,
And it works really good.
yeah, yeah.
Just to get into a little bit of this, I know there's a lot going on here.
Yep.
Here we got the Chinese diesel heater that is piped. The exhaust goes out to a little muffler that's down below,
Okay.
and it draws in its air from here. There's a little combustion chamber in here that gets hot. Here's your diesel tank. Here we've got a 55 amp charger that will charge this battery in 2 hours from stone dead.
That's just a regular battery charger that you're going to run off 120 volts.
Yep.
to charge that battery. That's not your solar charger, which I see right there, right? That's your, okay. So you can actually use your generator that you got back here. If you're off grid, use the generator to charge the battery through that charger. And so you have that.
If it's a cloudy day,
you're all, and then you don't have to have the generator running it.
Right. Amazingly, I can run this air conditioner for 3 hours off of that battery.
Yeah.
Which blew my mind the first time I did it. I didn't think it would run that long. We got the 2,000 watt inverter that supplies all the outlets in here. We got some outlets. We got some breakers up here, right here. So if I want to, this is my shore power. I plug that in to an extension cord, plug it into a shore power.
It's shore power or generator.
Or generator.
Right.
Right. And if I want to run 110 through the inverter, then I just take this and I plug it in up top there. This will shut off the solar. If I ever need to, for whatever reason, just shut the wattage off from the solar because I'm doing something, I can just shut that off. This kills everything. Here we got a little shunt that is the meter inside that shows me where the battery's at and what the battery's doing. Power coming in, power going out.
Now, no, this is your kitchen. You got pushed back in here.
Right.
All right, so there's your kitchen.
So here's my kitchen. This is basically just cooking supplies. It comes down here. Flip that up.
Some more of those hinges. Look at those hinges. I think those are great for the price. You can't beat those things, man. Those are super handy.
So for a sink, come up here, grab that. Sink drops right in there.
Perfect.
That actually just flows perfectly right into there for washing dishes.
That's great. Yeah.
Doing my food prep. So here we got wok burner.
Nice.
That I love cooking Asian food. It's so much fun to be able to cook like that. So these are my only two cooking things besides a pot. I'll do everything on a wok or this cast iron griddle that just sets right on top of there.
Yeah.
Got some more utensils in here. Everything we need there.
Yep.
Pots, pans, dishes. You know, my cutting board. Everything's here.
And then you got your 12-volt refrigerator. And if anyone hasn't ever used one of these 12-volt refrigerators, I have one. I have the Alpi-Cool. It's more of a budget. You know, it's a budget friendly. I swear by it. I love it. You have what brand do you have here?
This is what they're called.
Iceco. That's an Iceco. And you know, just looking at the Iceco, it's definitely the build quality is so much better, and it looks like it probably keeps cool better. They probably cool the same, but this one looks like it's a lot more insulated.
I just like the fact that it's metal.
Yeah, man, and it is, dude. It's solid, but that thing, I mean, that thing's great, and they, you know, plug it into a 12-volt outlet, and I'm just amazed how it draws so little power.
Yeah.
And that's your refrigerator.
Right.
I mean, that's all you need. You don't have to worry about
it
ice.
pops out of there, and in the back of the Lexus, the way that platform's set up is so that this can come out and slide right in there also.
Yep, and then plug it right into the 12-volt.
Yep.
And you're not hauling around a bunch of water. You're not hauling around a bunch of ice. You don't have to stop and get ice. And they just work.
So these are the poles that go to my awning. We got the attachment points. And then here it rises up about 12 inches to give it a little pitch.
Oh, okay.
And it's 12 by 10, and it comes out 10 feet. So this is part of the screen that drapes down below. And then there's a whole screen room that turns this thing into its own little screen room. So
okay. So you got Velcro. Is that Velcro all
Yeah.
around that? So you got a Velcro trim all the way
Velcro
around
is
this
all
thing.
the way around.
And you can screen room in your entire kitchen. So this whole thing encloses.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. And so you're going to be going out to Colorado on Monday.
Yep.
and leaving this out there. So
Yep.
you have a little overland vehicle out there full time, so you can kind of fly back and forth from Florida to there.
I have a storage facility in Denver, 15 minutes from the airport.
Yeah.
$95 a month to store this and the vehicle.
Okay.
And it's going to stay there year round. And I'll just fly in, Uber to there, and have everything I need to be able to just hang out and BLM land. And so we're going to be out there for the whole month of July. Well, this thing has been, I started this in October of 2020.
Okay.
I bought the trailer.
Yeah.
And I've worked on it pretty much every day off I can inside my shop for the first 3 months. I put the whole trailer in there, did a lot of the work, and once it was done, then I pulled it out and did most of the finished work afterwards, once it was outside. All to the buildup of tomorrow, because we're leaving tomorrow. I got all my ski gear in here, and I'm gonna do some winter camping in here. I'm gonna do some skiing in Breckenridge and Vail and Aspen, and haul this thing all through the mountains and
Yeah.
have fun with it.
Yeah, that's great. All right, so remember, follow this guy, follow his channel. He's got some pretty good projects. He works on this Lexus / Toyota, his camper. He's got all kinds of stuff going on. So follow him. The channel's Rick Dougal. How simple is that? D-O-U.
D-O-U-G-A-L.
D-O-U-G-A-L. So from Stonebroke Adventure, till next time,